Hello, everyone. Today, let's look at the third section of the course on development of digital currencies. 1.3 Evolution of the functions of currency. From exchanging shells for rice to scanning QR codes with mobile phones, currency skills are constantly changing. Let's explore this topic together today. In daily life, currency plays different functions and scenarios, such as buying Steam bonds by scanning QR codes, depositing salaries in banks, and repaying mortgages. How does currency gradually transform from a ruler of measurement to a tool with multiple skills? In this lesson, let's explore the evolution process of its skill tree together. In this lesson, we will mainly cover the following contents. After learning this section, I hope you can 1. Explain the meaning of medium of exchange and give examples of their performance in different currency forms. 2. Describe the reasons for the evolution of store of value, distinguish means of payment from medium of exchange, and understand the functions of world currencies. 3. Illustrate the significance of the evolution of currency functions. Everyone, do you know how the measure of value of currency was born? Let's explore together now. Measure of value is the ability of currency to price goods, and it can measure and express the value of all other commodities. When bartering, disputes always come as the result of disagreement on price ratio when one exchanged chickens for cloth, and there is no uniform value measurement standard. So it is difficult for the transaction to proceed smoothly. After the general equivalent appears, such as shells, it can be marked as one piece of cloth is worth 5 shells, and one chicken is worth 2 shells, which solves the problem of value measurement and barter. When it comes to metal currency, after the currency has a fixed unit, the marked price becomes clearer. The 5 yuan breakfast in modern era is the example that shows the measure of value of currency, making the value of commodities clear to glance. Let's understand the growth process of the medium of exchange of currency. The medium of exchange is that currency serves as the medium of exchange to realize the instant transaction of pay and receive the goods immediately. At the beginning, shells played such a role, which made the exchange of food to shells to tools smooth and promoted the development of goods exchange. In the era of metal currency and paper money, they continued to play the role of medium of exchange, such as the exchange of ancient copper coins for cloth, which promoted economic prosperity. Nowadays, mobile phone scanning code payment is also a medium of exchange, making transactions more convenient and efficient. Do you know how the store of value of currency evolved? Let's continue our exploration. The store of value refers to the ability of currency to save it for later use and preserve wealth. In the early days, food and livestock were easy to be lost, and there were too many shells to carry, so there were great limitations in storing wealth in physical objects. After the emergence of metal currency, especially gold and silver, because it is not easy to break and has high value, it has become a reliable, safe, and long-term wealth. Now depositing money in banks and buying funds or digital currency makes it easier to save value. Without physical storage, the operation is more convenient. Then, what is the expansion of currency means of payment? Let's continue our learning. Means of payment refers to the transaction mode of delayed exchange of money and goods, taking the goods first and then paying, or paying first and then taking the goods. Its essential difference from the medium of exchange is that the medium of exchange is pay and receive the goods immediately, while for the means of payment, payment and taking the goods are asynchronized. For example, in ancient times, this was the case when farmers borrowed seeds in spring and repaid them in autumn, and paid deposits in advance to rent tools. However, they all depended on reputation and were prone to disputes. Later, in the paper money era, wages, credit card consumption, etc., made it more standardized. Now in credit pay, baitiao, automatic deductions, etc., make cross-time and cross-based commitments more reliable. Now, let's learn about the last function of currency, the evolution of the function of world currency. World currency is the function that currency is universal internationally and facilitates transactions among countries. At the beginning, gold was recognized by all the countries. It was used in ancient times for international exchanges of goods, such as gold for spices. Later, the British pound and the US dollar successively became important world currencies, and by virtue of their countries' economic strength and international status, they dominated global trade. Now the euro and RMB are commonly used in some regions, and digital currencies have also been used in cross-border transaction, which does not require foreign exchange and is convenient, promoting the development of global trade. So, what is the significance of the evolution of currency functions? Let's continue our exploration. The evolution of currency functions has the following important significance. 1. Make the transaction smoother and solve the problem of how to exchange and how much to exchange. For example, it evolved from bartering to pricing with general equivalents, and then to pricing with modern currencies, making transactions more efficient. 2. It is convenient for wealth management and helps to save money to plan for the future. The evolution of store of value from physical objects to metals to digital forms makes it convenient for people to save wealth and plan for the future. For example, now people can deposit money in banks and buy funds. 3. Promote the economic division of labor and make it possible to work first and get salary later, such as wage payment and credit card consumption. 4. Promote global cooperation and facilitate trade among countries. The evolution of world currency functions has facilitated countries to do business from gold to British pound, US dollar to euro, RMB, and digital currency, promoting global trade. Alright, in this lesson, we learned about the evolution of currency functions from measure of value, means of exchange, store of value, means of payment to world currency. Each step of upgrade makes our lives and economy more convenient. Finally, please complete the following exercises. That's the end of today's lesson. See you next time.